So last week we did a project that focused on your geometric shapes, like circles and triangles and rectangles and squares. This week I want to focus on your organic shapes. These are the ones that are curvy and flowy. Now, you may have heard the word organic in a grocery store. You may have seen it on your fruits or vegetables. Basically, organic means that it's all natural, only things from nature. There's nothing added in that's made by man. Your organic shapes are the same. They look natural. They are from nature. Things like a leaf, or a flower, or a cloud, a pear, a three-leaf clover, or even a puddle of rain. So this week, we're going to focus on your organic shapes to make an organic shape monster. So right now, why don't we take out your art folders and open them up. And inside, you're going to look through and see if you can find a brightly colored paper that is organically shaped. Nice, big, curvy lines. Mine is going to be this purpley pink color. Yours may be a different color. There are all sorts of different colors. And you're also going to need these two brightly pieced colors of paper. Mine are blue and orange. Yours may be a different color. Find the colors that you have in your folder. They're a nice rectangle. And then the last thing that you're going to need is a plain white piece of paper. Once you've found your white piece of paper, your two brightly colored pieces of paper, and your organic shape, you may close your folder, put it somewhere safe, and I will pause the video for us to make sure you have everything that you need. So to start our organic shape monster, you're going to need a pencil. Now I've already gone ahead and I drew a face to start my monster. I'm going to go ahead and trace it in Sharpie so you can see it better. And I'm also going to leave on the screen this handout so you can look at it and let it help you add in some eyes that you could choose from, a mouth that you could draw in. If you want to add anything on top like hair or some horns, you could, or antennas. So let's draw together. Start adding in, and of course, as always, you could always make up your own. If you have different eyes that you want to draw in, of course you could. If you have an idea for a different mouth, perfect. You draw your own monster the way that you want. I'm going to do those eyes, and I'm going to make mine kind of happy. And he has some teeth poking up. And I have my monster's face. I'll give you some time to finish your monster's face. Don't worry about adding things at the top. That is what our extra colorful paper is for, and I'll show you that next. So at this time, we can start adding in some details. Now, you have some options. Your monster is going to get glued down to this white piece of paper. So if you want to draw on some arms and hair or antennas and legs, you could draw and use markers or crayons. And we could use that handout again to help us with some ideas. Or those extra pieces of paper inside your folder, you could use to add details. Like, for example, maybe you want to rip the paper and give your monster some hair and glue it standing up. Now, also, what you could do with your ripped paper, kind of a cool trick, is you could wrap it around a pencil. It's kind of tricky, but if you can try wrapping it and rolling it, it does make it curl and stand up. So when you glue it down, it would poke up, just gluing the bottom piece down. And also you could use the paper for things like adding arms and legs. Now a trick I want to show you for that, and then I'll give you time to work. With your colorful piece of paper, if you fold it in half, And then you take it and you draw on one side. You can draw it once, and then when you cut it out together, you can have two arms or legs, whatever it is you're working on. So I'm going to fold it, and I'm going to start at the edge, and I'm going to go ahead and just draw a nice big arm, thumbs, some fingers, and back to this edge. Now, watch what happens when I cut it out. I'm not going to open it up. I'm going to leave it folded together so that when I cut it out, I have two of the same thing. Now take your time cutting and do your best to never let your scissors close. This is what I mean. When you let your scissors close, you create these kind of pointy parts that you don't really always want. But if you never let your scissors close and you use the back of your scissors and it looks like this, little bite, little bite, little bites, then you get some nice curved cut lines, which is what I'm going for right now. Okay. Now, when I pull them apart, I have two of the same thing. I can put one arm out here, and I'm okay if it goes right off the paper. And maybe I want the other arm going this way. Great. For the feet, I could do the same thing. Fold your paper. Right on the edge, I could draw a nice foot. And when I cut it out, I would cut them out together. Now I'm going to give you some time to add some details using your papers. You can rip it, cut it, and like I said before, you could also use some crayons to do some drawing and adding extra things on your monster, like dots or hair. I'm going to take some time to work and give you time as well, and I'll check in soon.